Hey guys, welcome to the best part of your week, aka homework number 4 front side video. It's also the best part of my week. One would have thought that I could have stopped doing math homework after high school, but here I am. So let's get started with problem number 1. So we have consider the arithmetic sequence 3, 7, 11, and 15. The first question asks us to find the common difference. If we're being all technical, we're going to take the second term minus the first term, which is 7 minus 3, which will give us 4. A lot of you can just see the pattern in your head. That's totally fine. So we know that our common difference is 4. Next, it asks us to find the 71st term. So first, I'm going to write our formula for an arithmetic sequence. So un equals u1 plus n minus 1 times d. We know that our first term is 3 because that's given in our sequence. We know our common difference is 4. We know that we're looking for the 71st term. You guys know the drill at this point. So we have 3 plus 71 minus 1 times 4. Feel free to pop that into a calculator. 71 minus 1 is 70. 70 times 4 is 280. 280 plus 3 is 283. That is our 71st term. Very exciting.
Yes, who needs a calculator when you got keys?
Yeah, that's right. So next one asks us to find the value of n such that un equals 99, or what term number is equal to 99. Ooh, this is a good one. I don't think we've ever seen this before. So we're looking for the value of n, so the term number. I think this is the first time we've ever solved for this. Super exciting. So we don't know what the subscript on u is, right? So u of what equals 99. So we know that we're going to end up with 99, but we know the value of the nth term, but we don't know what n is. First term is still 3, d is 4. So let's plug it in using our formula. So we know that un is going to equal 99 equals 3 plus n minus 1 times d. Our common difference is 4. So let's start solving. 99 equals 3 plus, I'm going to distribute this 4 to the n and the minus 1. So 3 plus 4n minus 4, that equals 99 equals, I'm going to combine the 3 and the negative 4 because those are my like terms, equals 4n minus 1. I'm going to add 1 to both sides, bring it up here. 4n equals 100, n equals 25. So we know that our 25th term is going to be 99. Super exciting. Again, I almost asked for questions again, but you aren't here, so let me know if you have any questions next time you see me. Good, so in an arithmetic sequence, we know that our 6th term equals 25 and our 12th term equals 49. So I'm just going to write that out really quick. So we know our 6th term is 25, we don't know our 7th term, we don't know our 8th term, we don't know our 9th term, our 10th, our 11th, but we do know our 12th term. Super exciting. So find the common difference. This is a really good question for those of you who started on the 3rd page of your project. So problem number 3, I would pay really close attention to this because you're going to have to do this a bunch of times. So how do we find what our common difference is if we don't have terms that are right next to each other? Well, I know that to get from term 6 to term 7, I'm going to have to add my common difference. From term 7 to term 8, I'm going to add my common difference, same with all of my other terms. So I'm going to add my common difference 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. So if I take 25 plus 6 times my common difference, I'm going to get 49. And we can see why that happens right up here. Our common difference is going to be added 6 times between 25 and 49. So I'll subtract 25 from this side, subtract 25 from this side. 60 equals 24. Our common difference is 4. Super exciting. Good, so then we're supposed to find the first term of the sequence. So we know that our common difference is 4. I don't know my first term, but I have 2 terms that are given up here. So I know that u6 is going to equal 25. My 6th term is 25, and that means that n equals 6, because again, this is the value of my 6th term, and n equals 6. So using my equation that I wrote at the top that hopefully you wrote down the first time, I'm going to fill in 25 equals my first term, I don't know, so I'll leave that as u1, plus n minus 1, n was 6 minus 1 times our common difference of 4. Solving that, I get 25 equals u1 plus, going to distribute my 4, plus 24 minus 4, I'm going to bring that work over here. 25 equals u1 plus 20, subtract 20 from both sides. u1 equals 5. And that matches the answer that I got when I did it by myself before. So we're doing well. So our first term is 5 in this case. The next question asks for the sum of the first 13 terms of the sequence. We have not done a summing question yet, so I'll write down that formula really quick. So the sum of the first n terms is equal to n over 2 times the first term plus n minus 1 times d. And everyone knows that this is my favorite formula by now, I hope. So let's really try hard on this one. So the sum of the first 13 terms of the sequence, we know that n is going to be 13 in this case because we're summing the first 13 terms. My first term is what I found in the last one. That's 5. My common difference is what I found in my first problem. That's 4. So now filling that in, I have the sum of the first 13 terms is 13 over 2 times 2 times the first term, which is 5, plus n minus 1, so 13 minus 1, times my common difference, which is 4. I would plug that into a calculator because even I don't want to try and solve that by just adding things together. And you get that the sum of the 13th term is 377. So the sum of the first 13 terms is 377. And I would pop that in your calculator once again. Good. Moving on now to the ACT problems, which I know is everyone's favorite part. Yeah, ACT, next Wednesday, coming up. So we know the first term in the geometric sequence below is -6. If it can be determined, what is the sixth term? So there's a lot of different ways we could use this. We could use the formula, find out what the sixth term is, because we know our common difference. We will know our common difference after I talk about it. We know our first term. How many terms do we have here, though? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The sixth term is just the next term. So I'm not even going to whip out a formula. We're just going to multiply by our common ratio. I think I just said common difference a second ago, but remember common ratio is for a geometric sequence. So how do I get from -6 to -12? I multiply by -2. How do I get from 12 to -24? I multiply by -2. So our common ratio is going to be -2. -96 times -2 will give us 192. So we know it's 192, so I have a positive and a negative option. Remember that a negative times a negative is a positive, so it's going to be positive 192. Notice also, this is just me liking math too much, as you guys like to remind me. It's alternating negative, then positive, then negative, then positive. And that's what's going to happen if you ever have a negative common ratio, right? Because a negative times a negative is a positive times a negative is a negative, so it's going to switch off every time. Just something, a little cool math fact for you there. So moving on to the last one, a geometric sequence is a sequence of numbers in which each term is multiplied by a constant to obtain the following term. So what is the fourth term in the geometric sequence with the first 3 terms? 4, 6, and 9. Once again, this is the term we're looking for, so they made it, in my opinion, way too easy, but that's okay. Good news for you guys on the ACT. So to find the common ratio, we're going to take the second term divided by the first term, so 6 divided by 4 is equal to 2/3. So my common ratio is going to be 2/3. Let's check to see if that's right. So let's take 6 times 2/3, and we're hoping we get 9, right?
Yes.
Yes. We don't get 9. Oh, because I'm stupid, and look at what I did. So does this equal this? No. So if we're simplifying this, this can be simplified by a factor of 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 4 divided by 2 is 2, so it's the reciprocal of what I said. So this number would work if we were dividing, but we're multiplying. So we want our common ratio to be 3/2. So let's try 6 times 3/2 and see if we get 9 now. 1 and 3, right? Because 6 divided by 2 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. So it's 3/2. Shocking. 9 times 3/2 gives me 27/2. 27 divided by 2, it's the same thing as 13.5. So if you put that in your calculator, you could figure out that that's the decimal. I just did the same mistake that I always do, but remember that we always want to put our common ratio in terms of multiplying. So that's why it's going to be 3/2 and not 2/3. So once again, that will give us 27/2. If you want to do it with the formula, you can, but I think it's super easy if you can just multiply by your common ratio to get the fourth term. So this is the end of the front side video. You guys watched me make my first mistake, so that was a very exciting new thing for this video. Very, very good things happening all the time. As always, make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let's see if we can get into the 20s by next week. Talk to you guys later. Bye.